What's happening, guys? So right now, pre-spawn has hit. I'm still living on the adrenaline that I had yesterday, and I just can't believe I caught this many giants in one day. I've caught maybe 2 or 3, and I thought that was great. Yesterday was just ridiculous. It was all day long. They never stopped feeding. I caught them on just about everything I had. Square bills, A-rigs, a blade bait, and spinner bait. Caught them on all that, and a jerk bait. A few of those were mixed in with some trout, and I caught a really big trout that took my Megabass square bill. That was unfortunate. That was kind of an accident. But one bait that stood out the most was the blade bait. And I found this big, large flat that had hydrilla growing up. It was probably just feet below the surface, and you can feel with whatever bait you had, you start pulling in, just big, long strands of this hydrilla. And I remembered, I was like, well, I don't have any lipless crankbaits, because usually what people do is they'll run them over top of the grass, but I did have a blade bait. And a blade bait you can use the same way. It's got these little adjustments on the top, different holes for different kinds of modes that you want to fish in. The further back you go allows you to fish vertically. The further forward you go allows you to swim it. So what I did was I reconfigured it, and I put it on the front adjustment, and I was able to use it like a lipless crankbait. So I was running it at the top of the hydrilla and just ticking the tops of the hydrillas and just nailing these giants. I don't know what they weighed. I didn't have a scale, but the biggest one I did have inches. I could measure them that way, but the biggest one I had was 26 inches. And on average, the ones that I caught on average were 23 to 24 inches. It was crazy, over and over again. But like I said, I caught them on a little bit of everything. There were fish in different transitions, so I would go out towards the main lake a little further. I'd hit laydowns and I'd catch them there. On the tips of laydowns in the main lake, they were using them just like points on the lake. And I'd take a square bill and run it right through the very ends of the laydowns, and I was nailing them right there too. So go figure. Some were trying to just get warm on some logs or some rock, and some were just running into the flats to feed up. The females were all in that, and the females were just, the bellies on them were just so big and fat where they'd already been feeding up, and I had a feeling that they were just they were on bluegill. So my square bill that I was using was a bluegill pattern Megabass, which was great. I caught quite a few fish off of it. Definitely the one that stood out was a blade bait. I'm not sure if I had an actual lipless crankbait with rattles in it, if that would have actually caught them any better. I don't know. Leading up to that point, I wasn't catching a frequency of bass at all. It was very slow until I got to that flat. Once I got to that flat, it was game over after that. It was almost every cast, if not every other cast. There was some clips I caught 2 fish in one clip. So enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. If you got any kind of question, ask me in a comment. I do live in Western North Carolina. I can give you tips and some tricks that I've learned through my years living here as a native. I like to play the elevation game to my advantage, and some of you know what that means and some of you don't. So you can ask questions. I do write for the Western North Carolina version of the Angler magazine, and normally when I do that, the videos that I do, I write most of the details down in that magazine. My articles will explain the video, usually are paired up pretty good. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the videos, and give me a like and subscribe, and that'd be great. Thank you. Okay.